Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us for our weekend weather update and our outlook for next week. And next week we do have a big winter storm that is going to graze the country, and it might bring snow right down to sea level for some in the deep south. Let's get into it though with the weekend to kick off with, and for Friday evening, not a lot of drama going on. It's fairly calm around the country. A little bit of a southerly breeze, but it's not a true southerly, it's really coming out of this westerly. And to the north, fairly mild, but we've got a low pressure system that is developing there. And so by lunchtime Saturday, you'll see this weak area of low pressure just to the north. That'll drive in an area of patchy rain, showers and drizzle for the very upper part of the North Island, but also the eastern side down as far south even as Wairarapa Upper. It should be dry elsewhere though, with mostly light winds and a fairly mild afternoon. On Sunday, that low starts to move away, but you notice the showers linger a wee bit around Hawke's Bay and Gisborne, especially the Gisborne East Cape area. So your weekend may not be quite as flash as a result of that little blemish from that low nearby. Elsewhere, things are fairly settled on Sunday, mostly dry, fairly mild, but later on, in comes this cold front to the deep south, and this is the change that's going to bring a wintry week next week. So let's get into Monday, and this is that cold change moving northwards. There are southerlies coming through, rain which will turn to snow later and lower, maybe down to overnight. It might get right down to 100 metres. It might even get close to sea level for a time around Southland and coastal Otago. Further north, it's a mild Monday to begin with, but by the end of the day, in comes that cold front, and by night time, it is colder right up into the northern part of New Zealand. So here's the first wave of snow. This is the very early hours of Tuesday morning, and we showed you this map yesterday. It was pretty pixelated. We've got another version which is a little better. It still looks a little bit like a 1990s computer game, but you still get the rough idea. So the red area is the snow risks on Tuesday morning. So you can see there's a high risk of snow through a large portion of the South Island. Now, to be very honest with you, the coastal fringes on the east, you're not getting it, neither's really Canterbury, but Southland, Otago and the Southern Alps, a fair bit of snow coming through for those areas, and it might get very close to sea level for a time, although it's not likely to settle there because the soil temperatures are too warm. And in the north, there might also be some snow around the desert road as we get in towards Tuesday. This is lunchtime Tuesday. Look at this deep low. The central air pressure is down into the 950 hectopascal range. That's actually matching Hurricane Florence just recently, so that's pretty stunning. The winds are very strong, southwesterlies blowing through, but the low itself, that storm, isn't directly hitting us, it's just brushing us, and the winds are strong because there's a big high near Australia as well. Once we get to lunchtime Wednesday, that big storm is tracking a little further to the east, but there's another surge of southerlies coming through, and that pushes more wintry weather back into Southland and Otago. Snow levels again, they lower to a couple of 100 metres, and there might be more snow flurries around the central plateau, although elsewhere in the North Island, it's fairly normal spring weather, just windy and a few showers. Canterbury and other eastern areas look fairly dry. But there's another surge of snow coming in on Wednesday night, we think. You can see it's not quite as big as the Monday night one, but again, some risks in these eastern areas. The orange means a risk of snow and rain or sleet mix. So either way, it is wintry. Canterbury, you don't really have much more than rain coming through for most of you. There might be some snow higher up into the plains. And then we get into Thursday, and this is the final map we've got, and it just shows you that big storm slowly moving away and an incoming high, which is going to warm things up a little bit. Queenstown, you get back to double digits, hopefully, by Friday. And that is all from me. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the warmth before it gets cold. We'll update you again on Monday.